Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crumble Takes. And on today's video, this is going to be a start. I don't want to say like a little, I guess I could say a little mini series. This video is basically going to be split up into two parts. I'm going to be discussing the best player all time from each team. This video is going to be the Eastern Conference. Next week, I got y'all with the West. So this is going to be a very interesting video to say the least. And just a reminder, this isn't my opinion. So if you get offended by it, amen. My bad. Put in the comments who you think of that team is the best player then. Also, I'm going in this order by winning percentage because I just felt like it for some reason. So we going by from the worst team that has the worst winning percentage from the best team in the East who has the winning percentage of all time, by the way, not this season or anything like that. But like, subscribe, follow my Twitter at Crumble Takes, TikTok at Crumble Takes 732, and let's hop into the video with the first team, the Brooklyn Nets. Alright, so we're going to start off with the Brooklyn Nets, like I said, and the best player, in my opinion, on the Nets was Jason Kidd. Now, there isn't a lot of options with the Nets because their franchise really hasn't been that good. It could have been KD or Kyrie or Harden if they stayed, but that's another story for another day. Jason Kidd averaged 14 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds in 506 games for the New Jersey Nets in his career, and during that time he was with the Nets, he went to 2 finals. One, he did get swept by Kobe and the Lakers, which is, you know, well, what are you going to do? It's Kobe and the Lakers. And then one, they lost in 6 to the Spurs, Tim Duncan and the Spurs. I mean, what are you going to do? You're playing 2 of the greatest dynasties ever when you're trying to win a ring. But like I said, this is why I think Jason Kidd is the greatest Brooklyn Net, because like I said, there's not a lot of good net players, and just Kidd was an overall. He brought him to the finals twice. He tried to get him a ring, but they just couldn't get that far. But like I said, this is why Jason Kidd is the greatest net of all time. Next up, we have the Charlotte Hornets. Now, there isn't a lot to say about the Hornets, but the greatest Hornet I would think would be Kemba. He's also, I think, the most iconic throughout Kemba's career as the Hornets. He averaged 19 points per game, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. I mean, it isn't like that big numbers, but the Hornets really have never had that good players, and I think Kemba is just... he's just that guy. If I asked Hornet fans who their favorite Hornet is, most of them would probably say Kemba because he just looks like the best on paper too. The Hornets really never did anything in the playoffs when he was there. If they made the playoffs, they'd pretty much just get swept in the first round. Like I said, the Hornets have really never been that good like that. Maybe LaMelo can surpass Kemba, but right now it's Kemba. The Hornets, like I said, never really been that good, but Kemba, he was their one bright spot that they had, and he was balling in Charlotte. I mean, look at Kemba now. He's not even close to the same that he was in Charlotte. So like I said, this is probably the highlight to Kemba's career right here, all in Charlotte. Now we move on to the Washington Wizards, but at the time they were pretty much called the Washington Bullets or the Capitals or the Wizards. It's a long story of what they're called. They've moved everywhere, but like I said, the Wizards, the best Wizard player, Wes Unseld. He averaged 14 rebounds, 10 points, 3 assists in 984 games throughout the Wizards. He was a Wizard for life. This man was also the shortest center, apparently, of all time, reading about him. He also won the Wizards a championship. He won the Wizards 1 championship. He won Finals MVP, and he won 1 MVP as well. And he won Rookie of the Year, and he won 5 All-Stars. So this man, like I said, Wizards have also been a team that really hasn't been that good in recent years and in past years. But like, this is the best Wizard. I mean, he brought them home a championship. He won an MVP. Like, he's all around the best Wizard. Rest in peace, Wes Unseld. And I think his son is coaching now, I believe. But like I said, rest in peace, Wes Unseld. You are the greatest Wizard of all time. I think we all know who the greatest Cavalier is. I don't even think I need to say his name, but it's the King LeBron James. LeBron as a Cav averaged 27 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds a game in 849 games as a Cav. Now he had 2 stints as a Cav when we got drafted to 2003 to 10, and then one when he came back in 14 to 18. This man LeBron saved the city of Cleveland. I am sorry. This man literally saved it from the depths of garbage and came out. This man put the team on his back, bringing them to the finals in 07. They did get swept by the Spurs, but still, he put the team on his back. Like I said, he went to the finals 4 years in a row. He lost 3 of them to Golden State, but he also, with the Cavs, came up with a 3-1 deficit to the Warriors, and they came back. LeBron, like, do I even need to talk about this man? He's just the freaking greatest Cav of all time. He's pretty much done it all for the Cavs. I mean, I don't even know why I need to talk about LeBron and the freaking Cavs. I mean, he's the freaking GOAT. He's won multiple MVPs with the Cavs. LeBron 2018 playoff LeBron will always be remembered of what that man did during the playoffs. But like I said, I don't even need to talk about this anymore. LeBron, the greatest Cavalier of all time, the second greatest player of all time, the king. Alright, so for the Orlando Magic, you could have put T-Mac, you could have put Dwight Howard, but I picked Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, only played there for 4 years, but during the 4 years, averaged 27 points, 112 rebounds, and 2 blocks through 295 games through his career at the Magic. Now, why you might be like, why would you pick the Magic? I mean, why would you pick Shaq? He was only there for 4 years. Well, he got them to a finals. He got them there, but sadly, they lost to the Rockets in 4. Now, I think Shaq was a better overall player than Dwight Howard was, and then I think Tracy McGrady and Dwight Howard are great players, but I still think Shaq is their best all-time player. You could really put him in a debate with him and Howard because they both went to a finals, even though they both didn't win one. But like I said, I still think it's Shaq. He dominated when he was there, and he was just like I said in my rankings video, one of the most dominant centers, the most dominant center to ever play the game. So for them, I have Shaq. The Detroit Pistons. All right, I got Mr. Isaiah Thomas. Mr. Isaiah Thomas, for his career with the Pistons, he played 13 seasons all with the Pistons. He averaged 19 points, 9 assists, and 3 rebounds. He also did a lot of championship stuff. Won 2 championships there. Finals MVP, was a 12-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA first team, 2-time second team All-Rookie team. Yeah, this man was an absolute baller. He's also in the Hall of Fame. This man was an absolute baller, and he was the point guard to the bad boy Pistons. He basically led them, and he led the way to get 2 chips. Like I said, the Pistons did fall off when they had to face the Bulls, but like I said, they pretty much owned them at the beginning. So Isaiah Thomas, overall, one of the greatest point guards ever. But like I said, he's just the best Piston. I don't think there's anyone that's kind of even close to what I think, in my opinion, what Isaiah Thomas has really accomplished as a Piston. But like I said, Isaiah Thomas, best Piston. Alright, this one might be a little bit controversial to some people, but for the Raptors, I have Kawhi. I mean, during the time, that one season he was with the Raptors, he averaged 26.7 rebounds, 3 assists in his 60 games for the career. Now, some people be like, he played 1 year there. Why is he the greatest Raptor? Well, you could say Vince Carter, but here, Kawhi did what Vince Carter didn't do. He won a championship for the Raptors. Without Kawhi there, they don't win this championship. Also, in my opinion, without some injuries, they probably don't win this championship. But he brought a chip to Canada. First ever Raptors championship. So in my opinion, he also won Finals MVP. So in my opinion, just because he brought this championship here, he should just be classified as the greatest Raptor of all time. For the New York Knicks now, I have Patrick Ewing. I don't think this should be that controversial. He averaged 22 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1,000. Yes, this man played 1,039 games for the New York Knicks. This man played there for a long time, and he was a really good player. Like I said, he also was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2008. He went to 11 All-Star games. He went to the finals twice, 1 losing in 5 to the Spurs and 1 losing in 7 to the Rockets. 2 powerhouse teams that I feel like, well, I mean, what are you going to do? Ewing, he didn't get a ring. He's one of them ringless players that probably should have a ring, but he did not receive a ring. But like I said, I don't think there's any Knick that comes close to the stuff that he did. He brought him to the finals twice. This man pretty much was another one of the all-time great centers. Overall, was an amazing player. Like I said, the greatest New York Knick of all time, one of the greatest centers of all time. For the Atlanta Hawks, I have Dominique Wilkins. Dominique Wilkins averaged 26 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists in 882 games for the Atlanta Hawks. Here's the thing about Dominique Wilkins. The Hawks really haven't really been that good. I don't even think they have a championship. Dominique Wilkins, I've looked at his playoff record. They didn't even make it to the conference finals, which it's like, dang, y'all didn't make it to the conference finals not once. But Dominique Wilkins, he was one of the amazing dunkers back in the day, won a dunk contest. That man was a crazy dunker, one of the best players we've seen in the league. He is also, like I said, he is one of them ringless players, but I think we can agree that he's probably the greatest Hawks player ever to play. Just like I said, the Hawks really haven't always been that good. Trae Young maybe could surpass him in the future, but right now, like I said, it's Dominique Wilkins. He was a baller, a dunker. They just really didn't make it that far in the playoffs. Hey guys, this is Future Me. I just want to check something that I said. Apparently the Hawks have won a championship, but the year that they won it was 1958. So yeah, it was a super long time ago. So yes, like I said, they have won a championship. It was just in 1958, super long time ago. Alright, the greatest Pacer, clear cut, Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller averaged 18 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists per game on 61% true shooting as his time as a Pacer. He played for the Pacers for 18 seasons. He played a ton of games, just a ton of games, 1,000 plus regular season games. He was inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2012. He had one finals appearance, and he lost in 6 to Kobe and Shaq in the Lakers, which I'm like, dang. Reggie Miller was third in 3 points when Steph broke the record. I'm pretty certain it goes Curry, Allen, Reggie. So at the time, I think at one point he was first. Yes, he was first in 3 points because Curry, Allen, and Harden came before him. But anyways, like I said, Miller, he was an all-time great Pacer. He has a whole rule behind him because he did something where he kicked his leg out when he shot it and they'd call a foul. That's the Reggie Miller rule. But like I said, Reggie Miller, one of the great Pacers out there. One of the best players, like I said, not to win a ring. I'm just realizing how many players are on this list who haven't won a ring but are still the greatest in their franchise. But like I said, Reggie Miller, one of the all-time greats, one of the all-time greatest shooters. I don't even think I need to even say who the greatest all-time Bull is. It's Michael Jordan, of course. 31 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in his 930 games. As a Bull, the GOAT. He's the GOAT. His mentality was GOAT mentality. Also, 6 championships, 5 MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, 14-time All-Star, 6-time Finals MVP, first-time All-NBA, first team. Man was an absolute baller. Them 6 championships, he's just the GOAT, man. He had that killer mentality. He's the GOAT, man. I don't even know what else I should just say about him. I named off his accolades. Come on now, he's the greatest Bull of all time. The second dude would probably come close to this would be Pippen. That's probably who would be in second, I would say. But like I said, do I really even need to talk about this? Michael Jordan, this is a freaking Bulls GOAT, and he most likely will be for a very long time. Alright, so for the Philadelphia 76ers, it's going to be Wilt Chamberlain. And yes, I know in the clip it showed Warriors. My bad, guys. I can't find Wilt clips from 60, 70 years ago. I don't even know if there are time. But anyways, Wilt Chamberlain, 27 points, 23 rebounds, 6 assists throughout his 277 games as a member of the 76ers. Will also won 1 championship with the Sixers versus the San Francisco Warriors. Now, why do I believe Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest Sixer instead of Julius Erving? Well, like I said, Wilt is one of the most dominant players to ever play the game. He was an all-out just dominate. And I know he played against plumbers, but in my opinion, the way that he was playing, the way that he was balling out, I mean, he's got to be the greatest 76er, man. You could put an argument for Julius Erving, I feel like, but I still think Wilt gets it just based off the numbers that he put up and what he did and how he brought them a championship. So this one might be a little controversial, but guess what? For the Miami Heat, I got DWade. DWade averaged 22 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds in his 948 games as a Heat. Now, the reason why I have him over LeBron personally is because DWade got 3 rings with the Heat. LeBron only got 2. I know Bron and Wade got 2 of them together, but Wade got that one in 06 with Shaq. I think that just makes him the overall better player for the Miami Heat. I mean, look at them 3 championships. Plus, my boy DWade was a bucket, man. If you didn't see my rankings video, I put him at 17. Go click the link in the description for that one. But like I said, DWade, amazing Miami Heat player. What, in my opinion, he was a baller. He was a scorer. I would say he was the second option when LeBron was there, but when he wasn't there, he was pretty much the first option. I feel like with him and LeBron, you go 1A, 1B kind of. But like I said, I think D-Wade for Miami, it just makes sense. He has more championships, and that's why I got D-Wade over Bron for Miami Heat. We could all be able to agree that the greatest Buck is Giannis Antetokounmpo, and that I think he surpassed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, throughout Giannis's career, he's averaged 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists in a 711 games as a Buck. But you also got to think about some of these games were tainted because his rookie year, he started off kind of slow. But I mean, look at Giannis now. This year he's averaging 31, 11, 5 on 60% true shooting. That is just all out baller MVP caliber ball. Giannis has also won one Most Improved, Defensive Player of the Year, 2 MVP awards, a Finals award, and Finals MVP award, and an NBA championship he brought home 2021. Now, if you're not asking, I'm a Bucks fan. Of course, I'm going to be talking well about Giannis. But let's be honest, he's surpassed Kareem. He's broken a lot of Kareem's records in the first. So I think at this point, definitely if Giannis gets another ring, for sure, I think he passed Kareem. Even though now I think he passed Kareem. So if anybody who thinks he hasn't passed Kareem, if he gets another ring, he should be done. Let's be honest. Giannis is the greatest Buck of all time. And now we're going to move in to the last team on this list. Okay, so if you listen to the beginning of the video, you would know I was going off win percentage, and the greatest win percentage in the East is the Celtics, the greatest Boston Celtic. This might be controversial to some people. I ran a poll on Twitter because I wanted to see what y'all idea was, and I wanted to see where I would stand on it. I thought Bird, and guess what? Majority of y'all thought Bird too. I want to make sure I'm crazy. You could put an argument for Russell, but like, I think Bird is just more iconic to the Boston Celtics than Bill Russell is. Don't get me wrong, you could put a huge argument for Bill Russell, but I still think it's Larry Bird was the greatest Celtic of all time. You could, like I said, you could really, it's really like 50-50 with them. It's really truly 50-50. Now let's get into Bird. Bird throughout his career averaged 24 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists on 49% field goal 49% field goal shooting. He was also the last person to win 3 MVP awards in a row. He also won 3 NBA championships, 2 Finals MVP awards. 1998, he was inducted to the Hall of Fame. Like I said, his Celtics, it was all a dynasty, man. They were absolute balling, going nuts. Now, like I said, Russell won 13 championships. You could really put a debate in it on who was the better Celtic. So y'all leave in the comments who y'all think the better Celtic was. I give it to Bird, but I want to know what y'all are thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate y'all. Subscribe, follow my Twitter at Crumble Takes, follow my TikTok at Crumble Takes 732. Watch this video on the Brooklyn Nets Big 3. I think it's very interesting on how they failed. And click on this other video right here on my top 17 NBA players of all time.